Ricky Carmichael, welcome to Triumph of Nassau County.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to be here. It's a beautiful facility and brand new, and thank you for having me.
Well, we want to thank you for your time and coming to visit our store. We're a new Triumph store, so we are very excited to be here on Long Island with Triumph. The Triumph brand has been amazing, and it's been very well received by our Long Island riding community.
Well, I think that's great. Just for my small tenure that I've been with Triumph, and I know that we spoke kind of beforehand, but some previous relationships I've had at other brands, and now it kind of makes full circle. We're all in one little area. I love what the brand is about, and they really make you feel like you're someone. You're just not a name and a number. And I think where we're at in our careers professionally, that means something to us.
It means everything.
Yeah,
It really does.
it does.
Tonight, we're having a party.
Yeah.
This is part of our grand opening weekend, so we've been fortunate enough to have you attend. And you are our guest.
Well, thank you, and congratulations, by the way. I mean, it's amazing when they asked me to come up for your grand opening. When they asked me to come here, I was like, absolutely, I wanted to check it out. So, pleasure to be here. I'm excited for you as well.
Thank you. You're a legend. So we're just excited that you're partnering with Triumph, and I know you're going to be very instrumental in taking Triumph to new heights, especially with your endeavors for motocross and entering motocross in the junior segment. It's going to be fantastic. Well, we wanted to ask you, how do you feel about your partnership with Triumph?
Well, I love the partnership. So my old boss at Suzuki, same guy that hired me a long time ago, like 2005, he had since left Suzuki and now is my boss at Triumph. So I was able to stay in touch with him throughout my tenure, towards the end of the tenure of Suzuki. And he kept saying, he's like, hey, we got some stuff in the works. I want to fill you in when we can, and would love to have you on the Triumph brand, or at least, ride some of our adventure bikes or road bikes. And, we want to get you acclimated. And, one thing led to another. And you spoke about it briefly. They got a motorcycle, dirt bike, in the pipeline now. So I figured, you know what, I would love to be a part of something building it from the ground up. Yeah, it's been a fantastic relationship. It surely has. It's special. I feel like I'm family. I feel like I'm part of the family, and I feel like that's what it's about.
I'm feeling it too. I really am. It's like a Triumph family. Honestly, when I first heard that Triumph was going to go after the motocross and enduro segment, I said, wow, that's courageous. It's a very well-developed segment. And then I heard that Ricky Carmichael was going to be partnering with the development and making sure that these bikes are everything that they can be. And I said, at that moment I realized just how serious they are with this motocross.
Yeah, they are. And to be honest with you, when they told me their plans and what they wanted to do, it sounded courageous, and I was honest with them. Having a lot of the notes and the paperwork and knowing what it takes to compete at the highest level, just in racing, not talking about production, and manufacturing. We had some preliminary talks. It went really well, and I told them, hey, these are the budgets that you're going to be looking at, and this is the level of quality of parts that you need to compete at this level. And they were clearly understandable about it. They knew exactly what I was talking about, and they had been doing their homework before we had our conversations. And I didn't want to just put my name on something that I didn't think the sky was going to be the limit. And I was just as impressed with them and their organization, and how organized they were. They had everything laid out. They had a long-term plan. I think now the motocross bike and enduro bike would probably be out, but unfortunately the pandemic slowed us down. But nevertheless, I think it gave us some more time to make what is coming and what's eventually going to hit the marketplace even a little bit better. But I will tell you, initially, when I rode the machine 2 years ago, I was thoroughly impressed. I mean, the organization that they brought to the test, the parts and pieces, and the R&D department, and the engineers, the technicians, from suspension to power plant. It was really, it was quite impressive. Hard to do these day and age, but the bike is good. And let's face it, you know, like, let's rip the Band-Aid off. You only have one chance at a first impression, so the level needs to be high when we roll this thing off the production line, and the bike is going to be really good, I believe.
Impressed me so much with Triumph is their commitment to excellence.
Oh yeah.
Their commitment to build a premium product. And I know they can do it with your help. I really do.
Well, thank you, and that's the thing. So I've been entrenched in this project from basically the ground level. I got to ride the first kind of edition of their bike, and we've made some tweaks and changes. One to the power supply and to the chassis that I think are going to be instrumental to the production model, and it's only going to complement the racing department, you know, the pro racing department that I'm happy about. It kind of prolonged, I think, the production side of things, but again, it takes me back to, you know, as what you said, is they strive for perfection. They want to have a good product, and they know they have to come out with something that's competitive with the marketplace. I mean, you said it. It was a courageous move. I mean, because, you know, the enduro and motocross world, I mean, there's a lot of technology and great product out there. But you know what? Everything that I've seen and everything that I've personally ridden and tested in the early days is pretty sporty. I'm excited I get to go there in May to the headquarters in the UK for a private test, another private test on riding probably, I'm hoping, close to one of the final stages of the R&D pre-production bike before it goes to production here soon. So I'm excited about it, and I think we're headed in the right direction.
No, I really would like everyone to know some of the details about you. I don't want to embarrass you, so I'd rather read it to you, to the viewers, so they know a little bit about why you're known as the GOAT.
Yeah.
And I'm, so it might be embarrassing, but I'm going to do it.
I'm glad you're doing it, because I hate talking about myself.
I would never ask you to. So I'm going to do it.
Okay.
So, GOAT, greatest of all time. Okay. Why? Why the greatest of all time? 15 championships. Correct me if I get anything wrong.
You're right.
I think I got it. 10 motocross champions.
That's right.
Championships. 5 supercross championships. It keeps going. 150 career wins.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
You know what? A lot of people ask me, and I think it's the way I was raised. My parents, like, man, you do it right or you don't do it at all. And we didn't have much growing up, and I was able to realize at a very young age the sacrifices that my parents were making for me, and there was really no other option other than to go out there and win and always do your best. And you know, one thing led to another, and I was just focused on going out there and doing the best that I needed to do.
I'm going to read more. I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to embarrass you more. So 150 career wins, 102 motocross wins.
That's right.
48 supercross wins, and this is what I love the most: 2 perfect seasons.
Well, it's funny. You know, I was thinking about this when you're just asking me, and like, to think about all the things during those seasons that could have gone wrong. You know, there's so many variables. I could have gotten flat tires, something could have happened to the bike,
It's
I
almost
could have fell
impossible.
down. Right.
It's almost impossible to do it. You did it twice.
And the first time I did it was in 2002 in the outdoor series.
Once again, it's John Dowd, Mr. Holeshot here at Steel City. He's right there. Carmichael is second. That does not bode well for everyone else, and he's already trying to make a pass on the outside to get ready to come into the whoops. Dowd on the inside, Carmichael on the outside. Double, triple, double out, but Dowd holds on to the lead.
Wow, I thought...
Oh, and just right then he made a mistake. Carmichael doesn't even give you time to comment, does he?
Whoa, and he goes wide. And it still pans out. He goes wide and triples down the hill. You know what? The guy is unbelievable.
It's a 250 championship. And I really wasn't paying attention to it because I was just worried about winning the title, the motocross championship that year. And then when the pressure really mounted was the last moto at Steel City National in Pennsylvania. I was like, okay, I've won 23 motos. I got one left. I'd already won the championship a couple of races beforehand. Now I was like, I can't drop the ball now. And that's really when the pressure mounted. And then I did it again in 2004, coming off of a ACL repair. I wasn't able to race Supercross that year. So I think it's just hard work, surrounding yourself with the right amount of people. And I never set out to go 24-0 and go undefeated. It just happened. You know, it goes back to, you know, I went out there and I did my job. I raced my race. And
Hey man, I raced motocross and I had trouble just trying to win one race. You were having perfect seasons. But there's something else you did that was very interesting to me. You transitioned to NASCAR racing.
Yes.
You got behind the wheel of the car. It was very successful and to the top levels. So I also raced NASCAR. I know that it's not that easy to go from 2 wheels to 4 wheels. And how was it for you when you made that transition from motorcycles to NASCAR?
Well, that's a great question. So it came in at a tough time. I was transitioning to year 2007. In 2007, I raced some late model races on asphalt. And I would tell you probably the hardest thing was growing up on dirt since I was 5 years old. And then when I retired from professional motocross racing when I was 27, never being on asphalt and on 4 wheels, mind you, that was the tough part, just making up for lost time when I was racing against guys that have been doing it since they were 5 years old, you know, like I was, to be like them coming on motorcycles
They
when I've been doing it.
go-karts.
Exactly, they started in go-karts or whatever it might have been.
Yeah.
So that was the challenge, but I will tell you that journey, when I got to race some stock cars and the truck series and NASCAR and a couple Xfinity races, it was really a lot of fun. It surely was. I met some great people.
You work with great people. I mean, Kenny Schrader, am I right?
Yeah.
You're with Kenny
Mark
Schrader,
Martin,
Kevin Harvick.
Yeah.
This is, you know, to get into that seat and be with those guys, you got to be good.
Yeah, I had some great mentors along the way. I certainly did. And the one thing that I really liked about NASCAR in the 4-wheel world was those guys were always willing to help me. Even guys I was racing. I mean, like, you know how it is in motocross. There ain't no way I'm helping the dude next to me. I said, those guys might beat me, and I don't.
You know what they used to say at the track, because they would help me and I needed help, and they'd say, we want you to go fast, just fast enough so that you're not dangerous on the track. That was what they said to me.
So I think that Triumph has some pretty high hopes and pretty aggressive benchmarks, and I'm all for that. We want to go out there, we want to win, and really there's no other option. We got to go out there, we got to make it happen. I think we have a great plan in place, and I'm excited for the future, and it comes at a great time in my life. So you and I, we're going to win together, my man.
With you on the team, I know we can do it.
Thank you, but most importantly, thanks again for having me. And man, let's get this grand open and get started on the right foot, right?
Let's go join the party.
That's right.
Triumph Nassau County, Long Island, New York.
Thank you, sir. Oh yeah, he was telling me about that. Dude, that is awesome.
Dude, yeah.
Where is that?
Do you mind signing the back?
Yeah. You want me to sign the front?
Yeah, sure.
Dude, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
You know, I've looked at it every day for,
Yeah.
you know, 20.
That's awesome.
Dude, that is cool as shit right there.